It's Saturday. What day is it?
Friday.
It's Saturday, the 13th of May, and you're watching. I nearly said the Giant Bombcast. Jesus Christ! It's Saturday, the 13th of May, and you're watching the. I nearly said Giant Bomb again. Jesus. Hey everyone! It's Saturday, the 13th of May, and you're watching the. I nearly said it again. Stop saying Giant Bomb. Hey everyone, it's Saturday the 13th of May and you're watching the Modelmaker's Treehouse Club After Hours. Hey everyone, it's Foxx from Model Making Guru here. Hello and welcome to the Modelmaker's Treehouse Club After Hours, exclusively for our Patreon subscribers. TK's holding up a sign saying take 22, and that is not a lie. Hello to everybody. Welcome patrons. I love you very dearly. As we said in a previous podcast in the other live stream, we're doing this officially on the first Saturday of every month, and we're varying between public podcast and the After Hours podcast. But we'll also do ones in between if we get the time. It's difficult for us to schedule all our time together. So that's why it's second Saturday of every month. We'll do one then the other, but there may be ones in between. Anyway, this time it's time for you guys. It's time for the Patreon podcast, which is the After Hours. So this is the more mature adult thing. Now, because we're doing it less frequently, what we'll do is we will do some model making talk on this one. Normally this is just adult bullshit, but we'll do some model making talk as well because we're only doing them once a month, apart from the one in between. So we'll do some model making talk. However, let's get going. If TK will take the camera off me permanently, I will go around, do the round robin. Thank you, TK. So, who is with us tonight? Unfortunately, Ant couldn't make it, and Tony's busy working, we suspect. Haven't heard back from Will, so I guess he's asleep. Furry little Kiwi. But who have we got with us tonight? We have, on my list on the bottom, in first place, we have, with his eyebrow wiggling, a very Magnum style there, Mr. Adam Cheeves from Enigma Model Making. Adam, how are you, my friend? How is the tricks?
Oh, it's going good, Getting everything cleaned up and put together, and hopefully we'll be filming some of my own videos here soon. So looking forward to getting back with you guys and making videos and sharing videos and all that good stuff.
Yeah, do you want to tell the folks what you've been busy doing, your little project underneath the earth?
Oh, the little project.
You've been burrowing, haven't you?
That's a good name for it. That's going to be the Enigma Bunker.
Enigma Bunker, I like that.
Basically, I'm taking all the stuff that was spread out throughout the house and putting it in one location. So where I had my modeling stuff up in my bedroom, and I was enjoying paint fumes at night.
Yeah, I do that every night. That's my normal routine.
And then I had my RC, then I had my RC, not my arse, but my RC stuff outside in the garage. I basically cleaned out the whole entire basement, all 3,000 feet of it. And
any raccoons or creatures that we need to know about?
No, believe it or not, I was surprised.
What, not even any spiders? Mind you, you're not in Australia, so nothing's going to kill you.
Dude, I didn't even see a single spider. That's what got me.
That's because they're all living in the house upstairs above the basement.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No worries. But yeah, I got it all cleaned out, and hopefully I did a tour video earlier today. So hopefully that will be edited this weekend and I could get it up. Hopefully, if not the same time as this podcast, as maybe Monday.
Cool.
I'm editing. That's what scares me.
Oh wait, yeah, because normally you get Helgen35, aka Tony, aka Captain Spillies to do it, but you've dived in. What are you using for your editing? What have you got?
I'm going back and forth between Pinnacle 18 and Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah, I mean Windows Movie Maker is clunky and slow and knackered, but it's great for a free thing. I used it for a long time until I decided it was about time I spent some goddamn money and got myself Movavi, which is, again, it's not brilliant, but it's fine. It does what I need it to.
But Pinnacle's brilliant. I use it all the time.
How much does Pinnacle cost, Edward?
I can't actually remember now. It's a couple of years since I bought it, but
pounds.
Pinnacle 20.
No, it's not. No, it's not. It wasn't hundreds of pounds. It was 30 quid, something like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's really powerful. It's got so much stuff on it. I haven't worked out how to use it all yet.
Yeah, and that's the problem where I've never done editing. It's got so much stuff on it that you can do and everything. It's a little overwhelming. So that's why I'm sort of going back to the Windows Movie Maker so I can learn basic editing, and then I can add stuff as I go.
I mean, the good thing with video editing is like Photoshop that I've learned is that like 95% of the stuff you don't need. You just need to know how to trim the individual videos you've got, put them together, maybe do some fades and add some music and sounding. That's enough to start with. I mean, I've got little effects and things on mine, but the list was drag and drop. So,
but the other thing is I mean, I've talked to Tony. What we're thinking about doing is for my actual build videos, I'll do the majority of the editing now, and then I will still send him a copy of the raw footage or a copy of it, so he can add his comments and stuff, because we still want him to be a part of the videos, because I mean, that's truthfully, I even watch the videos just to see what he puts in there.
The only thing you've got to then do is resist the temptation. Is the camera not swapping to me, by the way? It doesn't seem to swap to me when I talk. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, you have to resist the temptation to edit out all the stuff that Tony would normally leave in, like when you stop talking for 45 minutes and Tony adds on little bits and bobs and commentaries and stuff. You'll have to leave all that.
Yeah. It seems like I'm either talking really fast, really quickly, or I'm like, okay, you're going to cut. And then an hour later, I said, this piece.
Is that what you have to do, like a reboot or something, or an update?
Yeah, that's basically what's happening in the brain.
Nice one. Oh, well, next along in the line, after my good friend Adam, is my good friend Skipper Edward the Edwardton, Tedward McSkipperton.
Hello.
you have to talk, Ted. It won't change. How are you, Edward? How are you doing, my old friend?
Sorry, I was just watching the podcast on the channel, but I'm back with you now. Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking.
Yeah, busy beavering away, beaving away, doing bits in the workshop, on with the U-boat build, because I really need to get on with this, and just about hanging out with you guys. That's what I've been doing.
You're under time pressure now, Ted, because you've only got another couple of years. You need to get it done.
yeah, we're nearly into our first year now. Yeah,
are we? That's not right, is it?
No, we're not. No, I think the Germans built them in a couple of months, and it's been ages. But yeah, we're cracking on. We're getting there. Hopefully, a video will be out in the next week or two. I'd say 2 weeks, and we'll get a video together and pull it all together so the guys can catch up and see what's going on. I was just having a look in the boom hut, by the way, just to see what folks were saying and chatting about at the moment. And maybe as the podcast goes on, we can sort of chip in and dive into one or two of these chats, posts that are going on, and bring up some model making stuff.
I mean, we're not filming this. Well, we're filming this live, obviously, but we're not doing it live. And I completely forgot to actually ask anybody to submit questions. So, me.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can let you scroll up and down the boom hut and pick out tasty morsels.
Yeah, be quite relevant. The boom hut's going quite well now.
Yeah. Plus, I think it'd be nice if we had a little chat about the boom hut anyway for the viewers, because I think the boom hut is doing really well. So we need to let people know what we think is happening in there.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, cool. Right, who's next? Next along. Next up, looking, I don't know, a little bit grumpy actually. Sat there with your arms crossed and stern looking.
Excuse me.
Soldier at ease. Next along is my very good friend TK, the Crazy Viking, with his crazy t-shirts and crazy beards and proper headset that we don't do. I've got an Xbox Live headset. Ted's got, I think, some iPhone hand headset. Adam just goes, commando, butt naked with speakers. Somehow we don't get slapped back off that. I don't know. How are you doing, TK? How is Tricks in Stroopland?
I'm good. Stroopland's good. It's not raining, so it's good.
But the more important question is...
my headset, it's just a gaming headset, though.
Yeah, but it looks more professional than all of us lot. You've not got your banner on either. You have no banner, dude.
Is it gone again?
Yeah.
Oh, don't get him to put the banner on. It'll crash now.
Oh.
Everything's running.
But it's free advertising. You can't not do free advertising.
Probably.
But the more important question here at TK, more important than anything else we will discuss tonight, is how are your shrimp doing? We can see them in the background shrimping about.
Yeah, I was just looking at them.
doing their shrimpy things.
They're feeding right now.
Ooh, can you hear them?
Can
you hear them?
Yeah, they make awful sounds.
But they make like screaming noises. Yeah. You don't just make little tiny om nom nom sounds, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, I haven't put my ear in the water yet, so I don't know.
You might get shrimp in your ear. That's probably not good.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, have you lost any more, or have you still got your?
No, there's still eight left.
Yay!
So my
all female or all male?
no, both male and female. So I should have baby shrimp soon.
Yay! Tiny shrimps, shrimpy shrimps.
Well, my banner.
Ted's pimping his logo.
Not that I'm trying to pimp anything.
Subtle, Ted, subtle. I like
working. Let's try this.
Just remember, TK, you're actually in charge of the stream at the moment, so if you press the wrong button, we're all fucked.
I know. No, so, my banner just go up, so yeah. I'll do without a banner.
Okay. But it's Ted. It's Ted. No, it's not. It's TK. It's TK from TK's Models on the YouTubes. We'll put links in the text anyway.
Oh,
on our channels.
And I got my mug.
Yes, he's got his mug.
Oh,
I got my mug. It says 100% genuine, so it must be.
It's the real deal.
It must be the real thing.
That's great.
Emo pulls.
I'm gonna have to, TK. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to steal that idea and put it on my mug too now.
That looks like a sample. That looks like some kind of like hospital thing.
It is a hospital cup.
It looks like something. It looks like something that should say "not potable" on it or something.
It's one of those they give to the patients so they can monitor how much liquids they get. So throughout a day, I'm counting how many times I'm drinking 550 milliliters of coffee at a time.
All of them. All of them. So anyway, that's all the introductions out of the way. Now, as I said before, we're not doing this live because it's the after hours, so we can't do it live because then anybody can watch it. And it's just for our Patreons, who I love dearly. But we haven't planned anything, and I didn't put out asking for any comments, so we're a bit fucked. So don't know what we're going to talk about. We'll do a little bit of Modelmaker, I suppose. Get it out of the way. Ted, you've already said that you've been working on Das U-Boot.
Das Boot, yeah.
Das Bootengefahrten mit sinking and.
I probably, as you probably see me sort of looking vacant and things here, I'm just probably thinking of ways to do the boat and doing bits as we
take
chat.
That as read, Ted. We take that as read. Don't worry.
Yeah, just sitting looking vacant. So yeah, I'll probably, as you see me throughout the evening, I'll just be looking at colour call outs and looking at paints and looking at all the bits on all the sprues.
Panicking is the word.
Panicking and wondering what the hell I'm going to paint next, because the instructions in this for the colour call outs are so complicated, and you have to go through about 4 pages to find the.
Now he froze.
Now he freezes. Well, Ted does do that occasionally.
I wonder how it does that.
I don't know. I think it might be Ted.
So do you think he like paints his face gold and stands as a statue on corners sometimes during the weekends?
I think he's actually broken himself.
Yeah, he's not working anymore.
Oh dear.
We actually lost Ted.
Oh, we did as well. TK, do you want to invite him back again, please?
Yeah, if I can find out how to do that, I will.
Sorry,
he is again.
I'm back.
Hello.
Yeah.
Did you press the button, Edward?
I haven't a clue what happened then. I must
Is
have
it the
caught
wine?
something. Yeah, I'm just in frustration with these colour call outs, so I will be attempting to paint things as we develop through the evening.
Cool.
Okay, so can we do, Foxx, can you do polls on Patreon?
I don't know.
Because I think we need to have a poll on whether or not we should get Ted to do what you and I were talking about earlier, the Easter egg for the ship.
Oh yes.
Yeah, the thing is what you said earlier. It's the scale is so small. I think things like that are going to get missed.
Right, but I don't know because we know it's there and you'd know it's there. Pete mate and Gav mate wouldn't know it's there. That makes it funny.
Yeah.
Wait a second. He is a Patreon supporter, so yes, he would know.
Yeah, he would know. Yeah. Yeah. Well, as I said, we're going to have a little E-Models logo in there somewhere that somebody will spot. Because we've already got the guy on his iPhone.
What you really need is a cutout of Pete or Gav, like a little tiny photograph of Gav. Cut them out and have them just like stood in the background, like in dark corner, like he's actually a figure in the boat. Like
can you get pictures? Do something like that with all of the family and all the people that work at E-Models. So, like, you can have one of like his mom and have like "Mama" written underneath it or something.
Yeah, he'll have an E-Models logo in there somewhere, just so that people
right down the side of the U-boat in massive print.
Yeah.
For all your modelling needs.
It'll be like one of them LED windows. You flick a switch and it'll just change. The whole side will change from weathered U-boat colours to E-Models.
Yeah, but you know what, Ted? Knowing what some internet groups are like, if you painted the U-boat and had a big E-Models logo on the side of the U-boat, there'd be one person, not that would hang out in the boom hub, but there'd be one person who might hang out in a different group that would go, well, that's not accurate. Didn't have that on U-boats in 1942.
Mm-hmm.
And we'd be like, ugh.
Yeah, sigh.
Yes.
Someone did comment that, right?
Someone what?
Did comment something like that on Ted's page, right?
I think so, or a stream or something. Oh yeah, there was something on one of our pages, something like that. But yes. So let's see what else I've been up to. TK, what have you been up to, my friend? Model-wise, we'll get all the modelling stuff out of the way first.
I've been doing the egg shuttle, and I've been trying to dodge pavement. Really.
Dodge pavement. Yeah, you didn't do very well, then, did you?
That kind of pavement.
No. What did you get?
I got me some. Let me get them.
I notice how Ted's actually not paying attention now because he knows it's not my game workshop, so he's saying, I'm not listening.
Oh, sorry about that.
I got some of the brushes.
Dirty little bugger.
And I got some, what's it called? Nern oil and acrylic earthshade stuff.
Oh, some not Starship Filth and some, I can't remember what I call Agrax Earthshade now.
Yeah.
What do I call Agrax Earthshade? Oh crap, I can't remember. Oh well.
And I got some liquid green stuff to try out.
Ah, apparently it's not very good. Apparently it's very good for adding texture to cloaks.
It's not very liquid.
As a filler, it's a bit thin, but you can do it over something to give it a rough texture like a cloak. I watched the guy that does tabletop minions. He put it on a zombie, on a skeleton warrior's cloak, and it came out looking like a raggedy old cloak. He was like, oh, okay, that works quite well. And he said basically he's found out what it's really for, and it's for adding texture to fabric on models. If I remember rightly, the green stuff came out around about the time they started doing their resin figures. Not the Forge World stuff, but they did these, like, I can't remember what they're called now, like little figures, but they're resin instead of plastic. And apparently they're really, really bad. Like full of pits and holes and dings, and people just don't like them at all. I don't think they lasted very long. And they still do them, but they're like, eh. So then they just happened to come up with the green stuff at the same time. Could be a coincidence.
I didn't know they did resin as well. I always thought they only did the pewter stuff before they went to plastic.
I think they're called something like Perfect Cast or something like that, but apparently the irony is they're really shit, so just don't bother. Stick to plastic. They do plastic figures really well, but apparently resin ones, not so much. So
yeah, the pewter ones were pretty good as well. But
that's going back. That's going way back now, though.
Yeah, it's been only maybe 15 years.
Yeah, a few moments. So, are you showing your egg shuttle to the peoples?
Yeah, excuse me. I already put it away. There is the egg shuttle.
Oh, cool.
Stay there.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I could get one. I could get one of those and do it in World War II camouflage.
Dunkelgelb.
Yeah, if you do it in World War II style, you probably should have a German camouflage on it because they were way ahead of the Allies back then. So
yeah, it could be. That could be an
I
idea.
I didn't realise those egg models are actually quite so small. I just, set up the whole boom hot build without actually realising what the hell I was doing. So, obviously.
And I thought you did the ST models because you know how much I hate bobbleheads.
Yeah. Is that like a pathological fear of clowns, but for you it's bobbleheads instead?
It's about 7 centimeters.
Oh,
so cute. It's cute.
It's petite.
So the only thing I don't get about egg kits, right, is why haven't the Japanese actually made a real life egg plane yet? Because you think it's the logical next step. You make a super deformed model kit, and then somewhere in Japan, some aircraft designer like, hey, we should just make one of those, totally make it, and it flies. Because, of course, all the reasons.
I think the French did that with the Airbus. I don't know which model of Airbus, but it's had an eggy front.
I think the French.
I could have sworn I thought I saw something. I could have swore I saw something where some country had made one.
I think it's fair to say that super deformed cars exist because that's Peugeot and Renault. Because seriously, why do people buy Peugeot and Renault? They're horrible. Oh, don't get me started. Yeah, but somewhere in Japan, somebody should be making a real airplane company designing a real airplane. And only the Japanese will be able to make it work, obviously.
Hey, TK, how's the family survived the English mustard, by the way?
They still haven't tried it.
Yeah.
I'm putting this stuff on everything I eat now.
This is correct.
True truffle, mustard.
For those who don't know, Ted sent TK like a care package of English foods, and in that was a jar of Coleman's English mustard. And to me and Ted, it's just English. It's just mustard. You know what I mean? It's like in Yorkshire, it's not Yorkshire tea. It's just tea. So English mustard to us is just mustard. And we're all familiar that like French mustard and German mustard is really weak and feeble, and English mustard is quite nice. But TK was like, "My God, how hot is this stuff?" And we're like, "Not that bad.
It's all right."
I suppose if you're not used to it, it probably is quite hot and spicy.
Yeah, well, I usually when I eat cheese on my sandwich, I put mustard on it. So
you don't do that with English mustard.
I have mustard in a tube, so I squirt something out and just spread it with a knife. So I just went in the pot with a knife and just smeared it on. Fuck.
Yeah, that makes more sense if you have to put in that much on.
Yeah. So now I know, and I use it sparingly, and it's really, really nice.
Yeah, but the best thing is now you get a big mouthful of English mustard. Now you can smell molecules. So
yeah.
You could dip your pork scratchings in it.
So wait a minute. Somebody on this stream is eating a street waffle.
That's unfair.
One.
And it would be an American.
Do you need to go on sit on the step and think about what you've done? Oh, shut up. I've actually got two. They're downstairs and I can't get them now. But
okay, I'll show you this one.
That's better. Now I've got more than you. A feeble memory.
Well, I thought I would represent TK by eating the shrimp waffle, and then afterwards I got my
Tonic's tea cake. Yes.
Oh, I got those.
One of the finest snacks, but have you got it right? Do you eat it like in one go?
I've tried. Let me try.
You got to do it on camera. Eat it all in one go. You'll have to talk us through it. Can you lock the camera on him, TK, if you would?
Yeah, I was just trying to find my mouse.
Okay, so it's got to be all in one go, and then you've got to try and talk us through it while you're doing it. TK, is it locked on him?
Yeah.
It's not that bad. I like it. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Does it suck when the spotlight's on you?
I just really want to drink my coffee now.
The best bit was then that your picture froze just ever so slightly, but you were like, "Rah," at the time. Like Will Smith doing VR all over again, isn't it?
Right.
I tell you, I'm sorry, I'll wait for my turn.
That's okay. I've actually forgotten what the fuck I was talking about anyway now, so we've kind of gone off the track. Oh yes, and one other thing, how is the Blackbird coming on?
Well, I'm still working on the decal, so it's been 2 weeks. Every day, just using the.
Still trying to get the decal out
the extra strong. Is it in focus? I can't see. This stuff anyway. So it's supposed to be extra strong setting solution, and the decal just won't set. So I'm thinking of cutting it up and painting it in, and then just moving along because I've been working on the decal for 2 weeks now, and it's way too long for one.
What decal? Is it a particular decal, or is it just several different ones you're having trouble with?
The sheet.
Is that one? So these ridges are really deep, or recesses. And that US Air Force needs to go down in that, and it just won't go. It goes a little bit, but...
Have you got access to Solver Set? Apparently that is very, very strong, but it may also remove your code. Will Patterson swears by it.
I even tried X20A, because I read it basically dissolves decal,
So it's been through all that and it still hasn't fallen apart. That's
tried Microsol, Microset, the deco stuff, and then I just thought, well, even if it's a commission, I'm gonna try the X20A and see what that does. And it does nothing on that decal. I did try it on a test decal first on one of my pigs, and it went down perfectly with X20A.
Have you tried? Sounds really obvious, but have you been like trying to push it into the groove with the cocktail stick?
Yeah, with the deco stuff, if you do that, you just ruin the whole decal. It just falls apart. So I didn't do it on the commission, but yeah, I'm just thinking about getting a knife and just cutting it up and then painting the black bits that will appear.
Well, I mean, I suppose the advantage is it's a fairly common kit subject, and there's probably third-party decal sets out there for 1/72 Blackbirds. It might be worth just getting a third-party set that's not shit, basically.
Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't think it's the decal really. It's the recess. I estimate about 2 mil deep. So.
Wow, because I mean, hand painting it.
The decal has to really go deep.
I mean, the only thing I could think is it worth getting a knife between each ridge and cutting it so then you can push it down and if necessary touch it in with a fine brush.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
So you actually break it down into the ridge, and hopefully.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I would just cut up the decal in the recess and then just make it go over the edges and then.
Right. You totally said that a moment ago, and I wasn't really paying attention, was I? All that I didn't understand.
What else is new?
I thought you meant like cut it up and take it off completely, and then we just repaint the USAF. And I'm like, yeah, that's gonna look like gash.
No.
I will freehand all the markings. No.
Yeah, no. Not on this one.
Yeah. So let's move along anyway. Adam, nom, says Adam.
Nom.
How is your big ass falcon coming along? Yes, we'll talk about the Diego. I'll take the criticism there.
I am proud of you. You're taking it like a man, brother.
It is the order of things.
I actually have one more shipment due next month, and I'll have all the parts. And right now I'm working on the mandibles, trying to get them put together and doing all the finicky, adding all the little gribblies and everything like that.
Just say mandibles again.
Mandibles.
It sounds better with the deeper voice. Ooh, Ted, do it again. Mandibles. TK, give us a mandibles.
Mandibles.
It's a great word. Mandibles.
What are mandibles?
Word of the week: mandibles.
Mandible. Bubble.
But I have also decided I'm going to bite the bullet, and I checked my budget. I checked some pricing on some stuff. Yeah, I'm going to do the R2 unit too.
Oh, good man. Is that one?
Diagostini build the R2 unit. It's half size, give or take.
Half size. So, wow. Mind you,
your base control that size.
So what?
He says you can radio control it. You can radio control it at that size.
Yeah, it's I think it's controlled by like an app on your iPhone, and it'll project a picture and it'll do a whole bunch of stuff.
Awesome sauce.
And I was actually on the phone with D'Agostini today about setting up, once my subscription ends with the Falcon, just going straight over to the R2 unit.
The only thing I don't get is that I subscribed to the Falcon thing like 100 years ago, and I've stopped getting the magazines now. But everybody else I know has got it. It seems to like have subscribed 5 minutes ago, and they've suddenly got most of the issues. I'm like, why did it take me 2 years? Nobody else has done it in 6 months. I don't know how that works.
Because I think they're buying see, technically, if I actually went by the subscriptions, it'd be 3 months.
Oh yeah.
But I'm down to the last 3 months, which in American dollars, it's $123 to pay it off. So I'm just going to go ahead and get
in case Will watches this back in New Zealand money, that's about 12 billion. New Zealand dollars.
So when you were getting it, plus a kidney and 2 arms.
Clean.
But that's what I'm working on. And then, like I said earlier, I don't know if I said it on here or not, did my first video in 6 months. Yeah. So,
And that's a little guided tour. So tell us about, because I know you've done a little guided tour video, but give us a little sort of brief précis of your man cave's not the right word, because it's a goddamn palace. It's the size of a house, literally, because it's your basement.
Yeah.
And you've got like,
you've
got a special method of transport to get from one desk to the other, because they're all like hundreds of feet apart.
Oh yes, my wheelchair.
Modus of transportage.
My dad. The reason I like wheelchairs is my dad went through several wheelchairs because of his legs with diabetes, and when his insurance would pay for a new one, we'd take the old one, put it up in the garage, and we would use it in the garage while working up there, just to wheel around and work on stuff.
I thought you were going to say he off-roads them or something and he used to go through them all the time.
No.
I actually knew a guy
like we do down south.
No, well, I actually know a guy, or I knew a guy I used to work with, who regularly goes through wheelchairs because he just goes almost like off-road biking, but in his wheelchair, and they just get fucked. So he was like, "Yeah, I brought my wheelchair again," because we'd be like, "Why have you got that really crappy one?" I brought my wheelchair again.
But it's funny because like my friend Katie, she's already been over here helping me go through some of the kids' stuff for Goodwill. And here I am. I'm whipping around the basement in this wheelchair, and she's laughing her ass off.
The thing is, your man cave is so big there that it's kind of a good way just to get from one place to the other. Because you've got, if I get this right, you've got your workbench, your model workbench, and then off to the side you've got like a proper manly tool area for cutting and drilling, and proper manly workbench. And then in the west wing you've got a lounging area and and a bar. And then in the east wing, you've got the dancing room with the poles and the nice ladies and the Darbo girls and all that kind of stuff. Darbo table.
The only thing you left out is the grotto. We got the grotto down there too.
The what?
You can tell when people have got big houses when you phone them up. You phone the house and you say, "Hello, is Ted in, please?" I don't know. Hang on, I'll find out. Hang on a minute. How big is your house?
Yeah, but it gets worse when they go, "Is Ted in?" No, do you know if he's Ted in? Has anybody seen Ted? Oh, he's in the West Wing. Okay, I'll send a little man to get him. Go back in that.
You don't have an intercom.
Well, I hate to say it, we did measure, and it is roughly, I want to say it's 70 feet by 60 feet. So
is that American feet or British feet?
American, 12 inches.
Cups and bushels and
So
how many pounds to a foot?
How many feet would that be in Dutch meters?
3 feet per meter, so that'd be 20 meters by roughly 35 meters.
That's
You just
big.
did maths. I'm gonna have to stop this broadcast. I need to go and lie down for a bit.
What's sad is I'm pretty sure I'm close to being correct.
Well, you've just done something a lot better than NASA did.
Convert.
Well, yeah, or use the same measurement in the same thing.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is we've always said that I am the most American, non-American, anti-American you will ever find.
You are the least American I know. It's like, I swear in conversations, we've heard gems like pickup trucks are dumb.
Yes.
What else have you said? American TV is shit.
American beer is piss.
Yeah, American beer is piss.
Yes.
And all the kind of things that you wouldn't expect a true blood American to say.
Yeah,
like,
American chocolate is the worst thing created by human hands.
Yeah, but I don't know. We've all made an Italeri kit by now, so
yeah. Revel is praised in America. Fuck
because
them.
they make muscle cars,
Yeah.
kits, basically.
Which I mean, I'll after making a few different kits by other modelers, Revel does make a decent car kit.
It's not really hard. It's a flat bit, a box, and some things that go in it.
Yeah. It's everything else they're crap at.
Yeah. But what makes it really funny is Revel's like the big loaded model company in America. They're German.
Yeah.
I like that.
No. It's Revel Monogram, so the American version would still be Monogram.
Aren't they owned by Revel, so that's German.
Yeah.
Like.
Anyway, we've been sitting here for close to 2 hours, and my bladder is about to explode. So.
Yay, pee time!
We take a little break.
Yeah. We don't actually need to do anything, TK. We'll just say we'll pause it now, and then we'll actually not pause it. And I'll let
No, yeah,
I'll
keep the stream running. No problem. But
wait, am I revealing how the sausage factory works? Adam, you are not a pimp. Get your ass over here.
Go take a piss.
I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna piss my face off.
Who was that did that in that movie? Dana Carvey and Little Nicky. Yeah.
Or the guy in Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Is it green? I'm so green.
Green.
I actually hate that film, but let's talk about that when we come back.
All right.
Back in a moment. Did it cue some interesting music that I'll pull up my ass? And we are back. Hello, yes, all biological functions are taken care of. And not as a result of biological functions, but by some other magic, we have a new partaker of this podcast. Will, from Models by Will, our little flightless friend from under the down area. That's a really bad sentence that just was a complete clusterfuck. Will from Models by Will from New Zealand. How are you, Will?
Hello, just flew in, but wings are a bit tired. Yeah, all good. Sorry, just woke up. Alarm didn't go off when it was meant to go off. The joys of working night shift.
You've just woken up, haven't you?
Yeah, probably about, half an hour ago. So, yeah.
Bless. Bed hair. Have you taken the camera off me, TK?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So how are you doing, Will? How's tricks with you? How's the new job going?
Yeah, job's all good. It's just getting used to the funky hours. So doing 2 day shifts and then 2 night shifts straight after is a bit, yeah. It's all good. Having fun.
As long as you're enjoying it, that's the main thing. As long as it's a not a major drag, then it's all good. Pays the bills and gets you in model kits, gets your Star Wars kits paid for anyway.
Have you broken anything
No,
yet?
money's a lot better. No, I haven't crashed into any aircraft yet, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I haven't hit the shells with the man up or anything like that. So, yeah. No, going well.
No crashes to be blamed, and no pointy fingers to come your way for any aircraft crashes or anything like that.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There's always time. There's always time.
Yeah, early days.
Yeah, the mantra being, if you're flightless, they're bloody flightless too.
Yeah.
So how's your building? We're doing it as an after hours, this one, but we're doing a bit of modelly building stuff anyway, because we're only doing it once every few weeks. Tell us your current building adventures, dude.
You would have seen on the tubes.
Tubes.
The Stormy. All finished up. Well, I'm going to go back and do a couple more things on them, but basically all finished up. So, yeah, he's pretty good. I like how it's not going to show up on camera, but how the helmet turned out. That was fucking cool.
Yeah, the helmet came out absolutely mint. Absolutely sweet as.
Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Currently looking at him. He's got a bit of work to do. A bit of seamage going on with him, so.
We're all doing Darth Vader noises.
Oh, fuck, I haven't got my Potato Man one. Potato Man one's out in the lounge. So
you
yeah,
said on your video that you heard that the Darth Vader kit was the worst one in the world from Bandai ever. Is that right?
Yeah. I was reading. It was on one of the Facebook pages. I can't remember which one it was, but the guy building it saying it's the worst kit ever, and I can see what he's talking about because it won't show up on film, of course, but like in his leg joints, there's nasty big seams running right where you don't want them to be. They can go together.
So Bandai have dropped the ball.
Yeah, there's like in the front of his legs is where the two pieces join. So there's like a lovely big joint mark right down the middle of his legs.
Ew.
Well, I have to look at mine again because I have that one. I don't remember it being that bad. I don't like the cake.
Yeah, it's on
all molded plastic and
it's on the top of his legs. On his legs.
There we go.
Right speak there. Again, TK.
Right there. There's a big seam.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's the piece there. So the seam running right down. I mean, I know how I'm going to fix it, and if it works, it'll look good because it's going to be painted. Painted plastic, please. But yeah, so I'm just working on that. So video to come.
That's
about it. A little bit of stuff on the snow speed. I've been doing some decals on that, slowly working my way through that.
And you've since you were last on the podcast, you finished your bathroom as well.
Yeah, that's all done.
Yeah.
They're in there having showers and cracking in there and everything. I just filled it up just before. Bathroom's all good. So about time we had that. It's been about 2 years that we didn't have a bathroom in there. Yeah. So, shitting out the back of the dog isn't fun.
Bathroom, it's kind of an on-demand thing. It's when it's demanded you work on it, you work on it. Otherwise, you might forget.
Yeah, that's a lazy thing.
Yeah. Well, we've kind of done all the model talk anyway. We've done all that now, so we're kind of fucked because we didn't ask for any questions. So what we'll want now, because you weren't here, but what we decided we'd do is Tedward McTeddington, who's just about to wake up.
Yeah. Sorry.
There we go. He has the boom hut open. So what we thought we might do is have a quick chat about the boom hut, and then perhaps Ted might just pick out some interesting posts.
Yeah, I've been having a look. I did pick out a couple of interesting ones that have just not too long coming, actually. And I've just tried to find them again because the boom hut's quite popular now and it's moving.
Yeah, it moves very fast. Well, while you look for them, let's just have a quick chat about the boom hut because it's been about 2 or 3 months now. I think 2 months.
We've got how many members have we got now? I can't
570 something last time I looked.
No, 600 something.
Really? Wow. Because
that's like 300 up from when we started a couple weeks ago before the egg build.
Yeah, because I just wanted to kind of do a quick catch up and say it's gone really, really well, and I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. I'm really pleased with all the members because they're all really nice and super well behaved and helping each other out, which is exactly what we were looking for. And they've just helped
613.
Wow, we're growing nicely. Because when we set out, we wanted to make like a comfy lounge for people to hang out and have a good time, and it's exactly what they're doing. We're kind of leave it to the users to do a lot of the stuff because a lot of us don't have time to go in and do all the comments and things. So the idea is that we'll just leave it to you guys so you can have fun in there with other members. And it's going really well. And then we've done the egg build, egg Modelmaker. And that's seen some of the pictures people are putting up of their builds and what they're planning on building. There's some good stuff. I think we're going to have a challenge actually deciding winners on this. But let's wait and see till we get them all in. But yeah, I think it's going really well. What do you guys think? How do you guys think it's going?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. It's certainly had a good takeoff. We keep getting pictures of boxes and deliveries of people saying, "Oh yeah, it's arrived. I'm going to start." So it'd be interesting to see what the final results are.
Yeah, we've managed to create several sort of memes like the broken pavement outside Games Workshops. We've introduced at least 500 people to Stroop Waffles who'd never heard of them before.
Yep.
And all the kind of things. I seem people are just spontaneously making jokes about me stabbing myself, which is brilliant. Everybody knows Ted has a thing for flesh tones, and everybody keeps saying cowgirl. So
no.
All I need
judging
to do
by the big picture on top, 21st of February
is when we started.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, all we need now is for all the Boom Hut members to start just replying to Ted's comments with Baneblade, and my life will be complete. Basically, I'll be happy as a pig in shit. No.
No.
So yeah, shall we have a quick trawl through some of the things in the Boom Hut? What we got for us, Ted?
I've got a good question that's sort of really at the moment. It's at the top of the posts. It's from Troy Reason Jr. And it's a question about painting Gunpla, whatever Gunpla is.
Ted's like, I don't know what this is, but I'll read it out.
Yeah, he says he's been horrible at spray painting Gunpla. So can I hand paint and do weathering and washes and such afterwards? Can he hand paint and then carry on with washes and weathering?
Yes, go and watch my video series on painting the Buster Gundam. It's all about brush painting. There you go. Next question. I'll go in a bit and put a link. But yes, I've just finished doing the Buster Gundam build, which was done as an airbrush-free build, and it's the first time I've done an airbrush-free kit properly for like 25 years. I did the Tau Piranha, and that was some airbrush. First time I've done a Gunpla with airbrush-free, and yeah, you can. I got some really nice smooth paint using my flat brush, and it was really great fun. It was actually more fun than doing it properly with airbrushes. So yes, you can.
Absolutely. Actually, David Miller further down, I'm just reading down in the comments, David Miller has put a link. Yeah, go and check out Mike Foxx tutorial on the Buster Gundam. So yeah, it's all there.
Oh, one quick thing I wanted to mention, and I know only the patrons are going to see this, but it's not a problem, but it's kind of amusing. But everybody calls me Mike. It's not Mike. Just so everybody knows, it's actually Fox, but I had to put Mike on the front because Facebook kept suspending my account because they thought that Fox wasn't a real name. So there's Mike on the front there, but it's not Mike, it's actually Fox. But just so you know, it doesn't bother me either way, not people, but I thought I'd just mention it.
With 2 X.
Yeah, 2 X's, because 1 X isn't enough. One X for now and one for the future.
Lots of people posting lots of pictures on work in progress, which is brilliant to see. Not just finished models or questioning. It's good to see folk working.
Just remember, to people members, just remember, if they post stuff that looks better than I can do, they're banned. Carry on.
You mentioned James Donnelly's question.
Sorry, Adam, say that again.
James Donnelly, Donnelly.
You may as well read it out if you've got it on screen, Adam, because Ted will have to find it.
Okay, Fox goes on about Pledge floor care with 2 times more shine.
2 times more shine.
That's all I wanted to hear. Basically, he's asking what is the UK version and best place to buy it.
Well, that's the problem. The UK version was Pledge multi-surface wax, but that doesn't exist anymore, I don't think. The Pledge floor care finish 2 times more shine is US only. Now there is a website called Swanny's Models that had a guide called The Complete Future, which will give you all the names of all the same products in different countries. Swanny's Models is gone. It's been around for like 20 years, and everybody knows to go to Swanny's Models for that reference on Future Full Polish or Clear or Pledge. It's gone. Absolutely gone. It's gone forever as far as I can tell. So it's like it's like Google disappearing or Facebook going offline. It's I did archive the web pages. So they're in the files section in the Boom Hut. They're just Word documents because I just dumped it. All I could do is copy and paste everything. It is in there. It's got all the names of all the different foreign versions, but only up to about November last year, because obviously it's gone now. But I don't know what the current English version will be. A couple of people have found something that seems to be the same, but I can't remember what it's called. If you can find a bottle of Pledge multi-surface wax, it has to be Pledge multi-surface wax, not cleaner wax, then get some of that in the UK if you find some. But if not, you can get the Pledge floor care finish from the US. It's the one with the little brown wooden circle on it. That's the important bit. Pledge floor care finish 2 times more shine. Or if you live in Nederlander,
this seems to be sold internationally as well. It's by HG. Seems to be doing the same thing, and it's product number 51. Because this is in Dutch and French, so most of you probably wouldn't understand.
I do the French.
But that's a universal number for all over the world.
It's a protection film for parquet floor, according to the French.
Yeah, and it's got the magic words are PE polish. That's the active ingredient for the 2 times more shine.
2 times more shine. Shine. I can't fake slow motion. I can't fake speeding up twice as much. Kaleidoscope effects.
Next question.
Yes, go for it.
It's one you've already answered, but it is one that keeps getting repeated about sort of when do I apply varnish and what do I varnish? I see you've already answered it, Fox, in the
yes.
Email to Ben Horsley. Yeah. Evening, Boom Hutters. I asked this question a couple of weeks ago, but I can't find the port. I'm about to attempt the weathering on his Falcon. I've done all the painted panels, etc. My question is again, do I now gunk with Starship filth, then gloss garnish? I think it means varnish. Then when
garnish to taste,
do I garnish it? Lightly salted. Then when that is had time to cure, finish off with the other weathering, then matte varnish to seal it. I think it's basically a question on when and which varnish to apply and where.
Does someone else want to do that one? Because I've just answered the first two, so I've already answered it in the comments. If one of you guys wants to.
Yeah, for me, I've always done primer it, paint it, gloss varnish it, weather it, matte varnish it.
Yeah, always protect
a good gloss varnish to protect your paint that you've already done, and also for any of your pen washes, your gunk washes, you're going to want that smooth surface for it to go over, and then where you can wipe it off. If that's correct.
But then again, you wouldn't matte varnish a shiny car.
No, you wouldn't matte varnish a shiny car, but
you wouldn't go wash a shiny car either.
I would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah, basically, in a nutshell, you're trying to protect your paint. So the varnish is there that if you balls it up,
you can swear. You're allowed to swear in this podcast.
Yeah, it just doesn't come naturally.
Please do.
It doesn't come naturally. You see,
people are paying me.
Yeah, it just doesn't come naturally to swear. So.
People are paying for this. You've got to give them what they want.
Yeah, so basically you're protecting your varnish coat. So if you bugger it up, you can rub it off and start again, or usually you can rub it off and start again.
Yeah, I mean the only point I made was if you've got decals in there, then you have to do a gloss coat before decals anyway, and then you have to do a gloss coat after decals to protect them. But if you're gunk washing, you have got a choice. You can either gloss or matte coat before. If you gloss coat, then you put your oil paint on, rub it off, it comes off nice and smooth. You get a bit of a little tint on the surface, but it stays in the recesses. But if you matte varnish first and then gunk wash, the paint will collect in the matte varnish, and it'll be harder to get off, and it will have more of a tinting effect, and it will make it darker and dirtier looking. So you can do either. I'd probably recommend gloss varnish because you don't want the gunk wash to darken the whole thing completely. You don't want to turn it into a giant mushroom. So I'd probably say gloss varnish and leave it to matte varnish till later, basically.
Yeah, usually if you're doing a matte varnish, you would do the matte varnish before you applied pigments and things like that. So the pigments have got something to grip to because they'll just slide off with a gloss varnish.
I mean, I would normally recommend a gloss varnish underneath the gut wash just to give you something easy to rub the oil paint off with very easily.
Yeah, if you wanted a little bit gunkier than with the gloss varnish, you can always go for satin.
Yeah, true. That's kind of a halfway step between the gloss and the matte.
Yeah.
But it's just like the rougher the surface, the more oil paint will remain and the darker the stain will be. So if it's gloss, it'll be very limited tint. If it's matte, it'll be quite dark and brown. If it's satin, it'll be somewhere in the middle. It just makes it harder for you to get the paint off by rubbing it, so more of it stays. It keeps it looking dark. But always gloss varnish before and after decals regardless.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is people got to understand, okay, a gloss, when we're talking about varnishes, it's not a tint. When we're talking about gloss versus satin versus matte, it's how thick that actual layer is. So on a gloss varnish, it's a little bit thicker and it gives you a smoother surface, where the satin is sort of halfway, and then the flat, it's real rough, and that's what gives it that matte finish versus a bright clear.
Yeah.
Am I making sense there?
Yeah, it's like saying a gloss varnish is like a ping pong ball. It's smooth and it reflects the light. A matte varnish is like a golf ball. It's very, very rough surfaces and dimpled. So the light is scattered by the imperfections, and that's why it looks not as shiny, because the light's being scattered in every direction. Whereas a gloss surface, the light just tends to reflect straight back, and technically, in a physics sense, that's why it's shiny or not shiny. And satin's kind of halfway between them. But yeah, it's like a golf ball compared to a ping pong ball.
But if people would think about, okay, if I paint, like you said, if I paint a ping pong ball, that paint's going to come right off if I rub on it.
Yeah.
The same with what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
You want a really dirty, rusty looking piece of white plating, I'd go with a satin or a flat or a matte. Yeah. If I wanted it just in the crevices, I'd go with the gloss.
Yeah. And that's the same principle that makes primer work. If you try and paint the ping pong ball, the paint will come off, it can't grip. If you primer it first, it gives you a rough surface, and then that paint can stick to the surface. Now you might think, well, why can't I just matte varnish the ping pong ball and then paint it? Because the matte varnish won't stick to the ping pong ball either. The primer etches itself into the plastic, and that's why primers work effectively the same way. But yeah, good question. Good question. What he basically was saying was, Fox told me this a couple of weeks ago and I forgot.
That's often the way you'll post something in a Facebook group, and you think, yeah, I've got the answer, or I've got the information I want, and then the group moves on, the post moves on, and you lose track of it. So yeah, I quite understand how he feels there. Just moving down, there's a guy that shared a couple of pictures of U-boat build, somebody called Skipper Scale Models.
I never heard of him. Is he on YouTube apparently?
Yeah, it looks like he could be on YouTube. If you go,
would that be youtube.com/, I'm guessing
Skipper Ted, yes, yeah. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know who that would be.
But there's one thing I wanted to call out, which somebody mentioned earlier on, which was Chandra's build of a female Jason Voorhees, is it?
Yes.
She's done a work in progress pictures of her scantily dressed and somewhat slightly improbably figured female Jason Voorhees, and I saw it and I was like, whoa.
And she said that was her first go at figure painting. Yeah.
So we all hate her completely now.
Yeah.
You're banned.
How did you delete somebody from the group?
You press the ban that shit because it's better than me button.
Yeah.
No, it looks stunning. Good. It looks stunning. And Fed's just loving the flesh tones.
There's somebody called TK showing off a NASA type spaceship.
Spaceship Ted's already tuned out on
that one. Why would you post that?
I should share that picture of how I recycled my work desk.
Yeah.
What was that one, Adam?
I'm trying to find the pictures. Everybody's sharing pictures of excellent work.
See, I've got a major problem at the minute because the other day I managed to connect my Facebook page, the Guru Facebook page, with the Boom Hut, which is really good because it means I can post on the Boom Hut as Model Making Guru. The problem is now I get 5 billion notifications on my Guru page, and they're all for the Boom Hut and Guru, and it gets really confusing. So I tend to miss a lot of posts. So
Question there: if I was to say boom, if I was to say press pan release, what would we be talking about?
How do you use a rattle can?
How to use a rattle can?
Yeah.
That's a secret. Press pan release. Press pan release.
But you know what? What I was impressed with was the fact that I had posted those pictures of the heavy arms that I did, where I actually painted on the sprue, and nobody really said anything. And I even came back and said, "Well, listen, just so you know, some people do it this way, some people do it this way. These are the reasons."
Yeah, well, I've been painting these things, U-boat stuff on the sprue. And God, it's driving me mad. There's so many different colours.
The thing is with that kit, Ted, there's so many different colour parts, and there's like 8 million of them that having 8 trillion different sticks. It's almost worth the extra time taking to clean up the parts when you take them off the sprue.
It wouldn't be so bad if they put all the corresponding parts on the same sprue, but they don't. They spread them about to about 3 or 4 different sprues.
This ain't no Bandai, son.
Build one of those.
My favorite comment, though, was when I mentioned that you had done the video, and the fact that I always loved that video because it was one of the first ones where we actually saw your face, and somebody's like, "Yeah, that was just before his plastic surgery." I'm like, "Wow."
Yeah, that lawsuit's going through now.
Got the Boom Hut solicitor on that.
Yeah, what from grab it, snatch it, and run.
Grab it, snatch it, and run.
Lawyers to the criminally inept.
Botch it and bugger off.
Yeah, botch it, bugger off, and run. I think Will's fallen asleep there. Have you fallen asleep, Will?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just struggling to find pictures. Everybody's commenting, but everybody's had the comments sort of quite thoroughly answered.
Yeah. We've had some really good shots so far of people's plans and works in progress for the egg competition. A lot of people have got the little Sherman toon tank, and I hate them all completely.
Oh, have you seen this one? Hang on, I'll try and share my screen with you to show you this picture. I'm sure you'll have seen it. Oh, sure. Let's go back.
That's me.
How,
Can you look it on Ted, please, TK? If you
Yeah. I'm working on it.
Oh, he's got a little BB Senshi.
Yeah, this is built this little one. Ali Gahanti built this little one in 2004. I think he hand painted it in 2015. I think that's cool.
It's gorgeous. Yeah, Bandai do a series of kind of like ancient warrior type Gundam kits in SD, and they're all really ornate with gold and silver and stuff. They're kind of like, you know, Warhammer Space Marines. There's Marine, but yeah, that's not cool. But you can't enter it though because it's not been built.
Yeah, unfortunately, they built it too soon. But yeah, cool.
Yeah.
That's the sort of thing we're looking for. The Boom Hut competition.
No, we're looking for silly too. So if he was holding a plunger instead of a sword.
Yeah, there's got to be some sort of silliness in there. But, I mean, it doesn't have to be silly, but obviously it will do better if it's silly than just a straight.
There's lots of people
build it as it comes.
Lots of people out there.
A lot of people have got the little chibi battleships as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah, I've seen that, and the toon tanks. I think they'll be quite popular as well.
I did catch a picture earlier on of, I can't remember who it was, so I apologise, but there was a picture of he was showing the bits for his chibi battleship, and then there was also a chibi Godzilla in the background, and somebody said that would be awesome if you combine those, and he's like, "Yep, that's what I've got planned." And I'm thinking, Godzilla and a battleship, all chibi.
I think the secret is to think out of the box, really.
Yeah, just to think.
I'm not very good at doing that. You know,
you like your box, don't you, Ted?
Yeah, I'm quite comfy in my box.
What I love about the group is they have, you know, a lot of people would give a contest where it's normal stuff. Okay, we want to see tanks or we want to see the best Gunplas. Not only did we say SD, chibi, and eggs, we said we want to see how silly you can make them. And they have jumped on board so strong and so hard. It's great.
Yeah, because I mean that was my idea from the start. Hang on, I get some supplies. That was the idea from the start, was that if we just made it about skill, who could build the? Hi, Mom, says Adam. That's my mum.
No,
my mum's
I'm not Adam.
No, you're not Adam. If we just said we want to look for the best model with the best paint job and all this and that, then that means that everybody who's just come into the hobby is like, well, I can't do that. I won't compete. And then I'd feel bad because we'd be not be able to celebrate somebody who's just starting out, maybe hasn't got all the confidence and skills yet. But if we make the focus, we don't really focus too much on what it looks like, you know, how good the paint job is or how good the build is. It's more like, how silly is it? Does it make you giggle? Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it fun? Is it just, I don't care if you've been building models for a week or 50 years. It's not the focus. The focus is it fun? Is it silly? Have you just had a bit of a, yeah, this would be awesome, I'm going to do that. That's what we're looking for. So it's open to all skill levels. Who knows? The one that wins might be like somebody that's been building models for a week. And it's really, you know, not the best paint job in the world. Who knows? But
yeah, when they get their trophy, they'll never build something again.
Yes, but when you're, so it's not necessarily the quality of the build, but we'll take it into account. But don't expect the winner to be necessarily the most awesome paint job in the world. It might not be. It might be, but it might not be. Although I think Ted's going to go for something with nice flesh tones. It'll be swell.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to be a joint build with me and Skylar.
Now, some of you guys are actually doing egg stuff, aren't you? Just for fun, not taking part.
That's us. I think we should explain that all of us Boom Hut moderators are exempt from the competition, but we can still build and build along and have fun.
Yeah, I can't because I haven't got time. I've got that big bastard to build there, the big eagle, in a week's time. But I know some of you guys are.
I have an egg.
I'll share this page again because we oh, sugar.
TK, I'm disappointed you didn't say I have an egg, I have a pineapple.
I haven't got a pineapple. What the?
Or a pen.
That
pineapple
one.
pen. Yeah.
I got something totally unrelated to egg builds. This is my Wharton thing.
Oh, gee.
Which is.
Hello. Oh, Will's gone.
Which is.
Will, where have you gone? I think Will got broken.
Yeah,
unless he's fallen asleep again.
I think he went to go fix some coffee or something.
Anyway, so this is the inside of the wing. This is super detailed.
Wow.
And then this happens.
Sad factory.
And that's for most of the plane. So.
Now we did give you some ideas. I did suggest that you do it like modern day people building a recreation of a Horton, so that you can have some of the panels off and have modern people sashed around.
I've been thinking about doing a diorama, but I haven't got the space to display it. So
yeah, that's true.
It's gonna.
What's going to be the wingspan?
Also, the wingspan on the model or the real thing?
No, on the model.
Is it on the box?
Are you back with us, Will? Did you break your internet?
He got his Lucky Charms.
Oh, Lucky Charms. Nom, 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 nom. Hey. I think, bless him, I think Will's still half asleep, aren't you? Aren't you, Spud?
I haven't had breakfast yet, so excuse me while I'm eating.
That's all right. What are you eating? Tell us in words.
Some kind of dry shit with milk in it.
Yay!
Adam, it's about 40 centimeters in wingspan.
Wow. See, there's no reason, TK, why you can't just have half the panels off with no reason for half the panels being off. It's like having a cutaway tank. It's just there to show off all the hard work. And personally, I'd be tempted to, just purely because you've done all that hard work.
I'm thinking of doing that one day when I buy the 32nd scale version of this kit.
Yeah.
Because there's wood panel decals available for that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thinking because of all the work you put into it, it's worth. You don't need to have a reason for it to have half the panels missing. It would just be, it's just, why are all the panels missing? So you can see all the fucking hard work at the inside.
Yeah, but I didn't fill in the seams in the tanks, in the wings, because they were all hidden.
Cover that shit up.
I kind of lost a few parts while moving up to here.
Throw a cloth over it.
Yeah.
Kind of
No,
parts,
I
like, you know,
really want to do the bigger scale one with the diorama one day, but the kit is very expensive. Yeah. And even more tedious to build, so.
Yeah. But then again, you're not allergic to the most tedious possible builds you can find, though, are you?
No.
Nope. So, knowing your love of millions of decals, if I ever get the money, I'm going to send you the full armor Unicorn Gundam with the water slide decal set, and you can suffer my pain. I have a confession just on that subject. I said a few days ago that I've got a couple of weeks before I start the Eagle, and I got my half-finished full armor Unicorn Gundam out and said, right, I'm going to get this thing finished because it's just in my box and it's doing my head in. I'm going to get the fucking thing finished. I put like 7 decals on one of the shields, and then I put it back in the box. Because within about half an hour, I've got that. I really don't want to do this. And at that point, I think there's no point carrying on. Will, I love the way you got off camera, but you've still got a microphone. Oh.
Yep.
Please tell me that's coffee, not tea.
Tea, but I am starting to drink coffee.
Oh, tea. Ugh.
I don't like coffee, but I'm going to have to start drinking it because there's no good falling asleep delivering a wheel down to an aircraft, is there? So.
Yeah.
You just need a proper mug for that. Just to drink coffee.
I had a decent mug around somewhere.
You need your Emopools model, genuine Emopools model mug.
Yep. Probably going to be a brush washing mug anyway, but.
I think you should use it for your beverages at all times.
Going back to your airplane, TK.
No, it's.
I remember those kits, like the balsa wood ones, where you can either put the skin on it or leave it off. And I think the ones where you see the struts look great. So.
Oh God! Don't give my ideas.
What?
No, I kind of gave up wood. There's a thing there that.
Yeah, you're allergic to wood now, aren't you? So I don't.
In scale, wood in scale. I really like woodworking, but not in scale.
So this package down here with like a 1/12 scale biplane with wood frame and cam. I don't need to send you that then.
But you could, and I'd probably do it anyway because that's the way I work.
Yeah, I actually saw once. I had a book on models many years ago, and one of the sections was about making model planes, and it was showing making. This guy was making, I think it was a 1/16 scale biplane, and it was designed so you could build it and put a motor in it to be radio controlled. But it was like about that big, and it had all the frame was reproduced in wood, so you had to build the frame, and then all the actual canvas that goes around the outside was just tissue paper. Well, there was a special paper that came with it, like tough tissue paper, and you had to put that all around the outside and then paint it, and all the leather around the seat covers and stuff, and it was incredible. And the engine covers were in, I think it was a Sopwith Camel. The engine cover was in metal, and it was like, wow, that is amazing. But Jesus Christ, I wouldn't want to build it because no.
I would for the experience.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you like to experience new things, whereas I just resent everything that isn't what I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I've never done this yet. Let's try this. The same with the Gunpla. I did build a Bandai kit, but I never built a Gunpla, and I have no interest in Gunpla per se. But
yeah, you want to
it's a great unicorn.
Yeah, you've still got that little sort of childlike wonder of like, oh, I want to try something new. I've lost that a long time ago. But I'll tell you, Adam, going on what you just said then, perfect grade unicorn. 2 things. I keep finding myself. I know. I'll get to that in a second. Jesus Christ. I know I haven't finished my master grade unicorn because every time I get it out, I just want to die. But I have been having thoughts about a perfect grade unicorn.
Dude.
But then, as Will has just alluded to, the Shizuoka Hobby Show a couple of days ago, Bandai unveiled what's coming out in August, a mega size unicorn Gundam. 44.
See the picture of it standing next to the mega size RX-782?
Yeah. Mega size RX-782. Mega size. It's 44 inches tall, if I remember correctly.
It's almost fucking 44
centimeters. 44 centimeters. Apparently, it doesn't transform because it's mega size. It's dead simple. But Will, did you have a little bit of a man moisture when you saw that?
fucking yeah.
Man moisture.
That's fucking huge. It's like I wish I had the room for something that size, because that'd be fucking awesome. But
I know.
I don't really like the unicorn design anyway, but having something that big would be like. I'd rather have it with the green psycho frame, because what's it, the full armor psycho frame, whatever it's called.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember. You have to remember though, dude, that this is Bandai, so they've only ever made like 4 mega-sized models, and everybody thought the line was dead. And now 4 years later, they're coming out with this new one, just purely because they're making the life-size one in Diver City. But you know what happened? They'll release this one, and then 6 months later, there'll be the one with the green inner frame, psycho frame. Then there'll be one that's the fully. Then they'll come out with the black one that I've forgotten the name of it. The
Banshee.
The Banshee. And then they'll come out another one, because this one's in destroy mode, so they'll have to come out with one that's in just unicorn mode. And then they'll have to come out with one with gold plating, and then there'll be 35 other ones they'll come out with. So don't worry about it.
Don't forget, they'll also have to come out with one that's a Barbie toes.
Yeah, Barbatos. But I reckon I kind of got hopeful. I thought, oh, does that mean the mega size line is coming back? I don't think it is. I think it's just purely because they're going to have the life size one in Diver City next year, and that's why they're bringing it out. Which is a shame, because I really love the mega size. They're so simple, but they're massive. But I don't think we'll probably see more. But then it's Bandai. I think they will do 16 versions of it.
How's
the PG one doesn't come with the green psycho frame, does it?
The which one? The perfect grade is
the PG one.
It comes with the pink.
It doesn't come in the green psycho frame.
No, it comes with the pink.
But the green was a P Bandai exclusive one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it was.
So it's fucking hard to get hold of.
If I can just put in, gentlemen, I'm going to have to dash. I've got to be up early for a shift in the morning, so I'm going to have to call it a night.
Have we killed you with the Gumpler talk, Ted?
I've fallen asleep. No, really. I really am. It's 10 past midnight here in the UK, and I've a shift in the morning, so I shall see you all again.
Okie dokie, Ted. Well, thank you for coming on.
Okay. No problem. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for seeing me.
Next time, please. People expect it.
I'll catch up next time.
See you later, Ted.
Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
I had to bring them out.
There you go. So yeah, no, the perfect grades. I know you can get. There's the white one with the green. Oh, look at that.
I'll lock the camera on it and add them for a moment.
Yeah. See, I have started to have thoughts now. The thing with me is, right, I am bored. So I don't get why I don't know. Anyway, I am utterly bored shitless with the Unicorn Gundam, because it's a nice suit, but there's like 3 billion versions of it, and it's like, really? But I am having thoughts about the perfect grade one just because it's so big, and it's not got the full armor pack, which makes life a lot easier. Although you can get the full armor pack for it, which is probably a bad idea.
Yeah, you're done showing off all the lights, Adam?
Yes. I'm going to play with it for.
Yeah.
Now, granted, transforming it takes like an hour.
See, I only want to get it if I can get it with the green psycho frame, because I hate the pink psycho frame. It's fucking ugly.
Which one was it? The anime?
The Master Grade got the green psycho frame, and that's the one I like.
Was it red in the anime, but the green was the final battle colour? I think.
Yeah, the green was the very only in the last couple of episodes or something.
Yeah, when he went on new type on it. And,
yeah. That's the only time I liked the unicorns when it had that green psycho frame. Other than that, I thought it was ass.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the whole Gundam anime stuff, but couldn't you just paint it green? Or is it completely different?
It's clear red pieces in the thing.
Adam, will you expose a bit of the psycho frame so TK can see what we mean?
That's what I'm working on.
Yeah, basically you've got the white armor, but inside in the anime, it opens up and it's all red and glowy inside, and then at the end it's all green. On the model kit, it's clear red parts and clear green, or it's all clear red parts that are exposed when you go into destroy mode. To do it green, you'd have to get the kit with the green parts in, but that's P Bandai, which means you can only get it from Bandai's online store. However, if you're in the US, there is now a P Bandai store in the US. Apparently, they've not got any stock yet.
Yeah, I heard that.
But you can't recolor the parts because they're clear, but red clear. So you're a bit screwed.
I think there's a third party group that would bringing out the one with green frame as well, but I just can't remember the name of them.
Probably Dragon Momoka.
Yeah, and transparent green on red wouldn't work. So
no. But I mean, there is one band, the unicorn, that I would sell my spleen for theoretically, and that's the Fennex, the perfect grade Fennex, which is the gold plated one, and it looks incredible, but it's not undegated. So you have nub marks everywhere. If there's one kit that ever required every single piece be undegated, it'd be the Fennex, which is basically, for those who don't know, basically the Unicorn Gundam in reflective gold. It's not white, it's gold. And it looks incredible.
I don't remember how to.
But it's got nub marks all over it. So
yeah. That's what pissed me off with the Stormtrooper. The only part that was undegated was the shoulder things, whatever the fuck they're called. All the rest was normal. No, it's like it's all super shiny plastic. Why don't you fucking undegate it all?
I mean, the one thing with the white plastic is it's the most forgiving for nub marks because you can sand it back and buff it up. But
I mean, it's the same with the Darth Vader.
I wouldn't look forward to that one.
No.
That's why I'm painting mine to get rid of that. I mean, I was like the carefulest nub removal I've ever done on this, and it's not that noticeable. But I'm still going to be painted anyway because I've got to try and fill in those seams because I don't want them.
Apologies, I'm having a cigarette. I'm gasping. But yeah, I mean, the Unicorn Fennex, I would love to get one of those. Apart from it's not undegated, and that just is an instant.
Was 3PO undegated?
Will, the Fennex is basically the same as that. It's that kind of gold. It's Meki plated.
Yeah, well, I'm just looking because I was wondering if 3PO was undegated. It looks like he is.
Not everything, but a lot of it is.
Yeah,
but
main parts anyway.
I think the problem with the Unicorn is that when they made the 3PO kit, it was by default gold plated, so they undegated it right from the start when they planned it. When they made the Unicorn, of course, it was just white plastic, so they didn't need to undegate it. The Fennex it's only just come out recently, so that was like, they're not going to make a whole new tooling just to do a gold-plated perfect grade.
But it's plated, so it will always look like ass.
Yeah, if they'd done the Fennex first, and that was the first one they ever did, then they would have built undegating into it, like they did with 3PO, because they're never going to sell a 3PO that's not gold-plated. But because it came 3 years later or whatever, of course, all they're going to do is put plating on the existing kit, which wasn't undegated. So, and I really wouldn't fancy stripping all the plating off the Fennex to then put on gold paint. That wouldn't look quite as good.
True.
That's a shame. I'd love one, but I'm not going to buy an empty plate if it's not undegated.
That's why I don't want to paint the Stormtrooper, because trying to get that super shiny finish back again, I wouldn't be able to do it. So. And I want my Stormtrooper.
Not without lacquer polishes and stuff.
Yeah, you need lacquer. A lot of polishing.
I mean, I've done shiny finishes when I used to do cars, a couple back there, but polish out the clear coat. But I don't want to be doing it on the fucking Stormtrooper. It's too small for that shit.
Like, it takes a couple of hours to build and 6 months to actually paint. Diminishing returns. But yeah, so anyway.
I mean, that seam on the back of the helmet took me about an hour.
Yeah. It looks fantastic though. But yeah, mega size Unicorn Gundam. I am pretty much going to get that. I know I'm bored of the Unicorn, but it's massive. It's huge, and I need it in my life. So yes, I probably will get the mega size Unicorn.
They had a mega size San Andrew up again.
Oh god, geez. Okay, imagine how much that would cost. That'd cost you all your spleens. I mean, I'd like to think that maybe bringing the mega size back, but I suspect it's just purely because it's going to be the 1-to-1 scale one.
Even a fucking perfect grade San Andrew I'll be happy with. I'm hoping they're going to bring out one of those, because I'll definitely get a perfect grade San Andrew.
Yeah, I can imagine that will be like the most expensive perfect grade. It's like, what will the next perfect grade be? And if it's another fucking Unicorn, it's like everybody thought they milked it with the Strike because they did a couple of versions. Now it's like, have you seen how many Unicorns there are? So I do wonder. Yeah, I think they probably will. I don't mind Barbatos, but
I don't like the suit design. I've not got a Barbatos kit, and I don't even plan on buying one because I just think they're fucking ugly.
No, I don't like the face. The face doesn't work. Anyway, that's enough Gunpla talk. We bored half the audience off. You probably like Gunpla anyway. But yes, mega size Unicorn. Buy one. Go get one. August it comes out. So what else has been going on, chaps? Anything else happening in the world?
We had another remnants of another cyclone give us a bit of rain and shit, but that's all gone.
Looks a bit sunny out there through your window.
All right.
Yeah. Yesterday it was just like full on rain all day, and then today it's like everything's gone. It's all sunny again.
There you go, TK. Do you want to lock it on Adam and he'll show you the cycle frame?
I'm gonna click on Adam.
That's the cycle frame where you see it. Okay, the head splits open, the whole entire face changes, the wings, it becomes the actual proper. What would you call those? Vulcan wings or
V-fin, yeah.
V-fin.
V-fin.
the V-fin, and then.
Okay, I get it now.
But the thing is and what I'm having so much trouble with is this is such a tight fit. Yes, you can paint the pink like a clear green or something, but trying to match that color. And the thing is the whole entire inside of it is nothing but that clear plastic.
Yeah, you couldn't paint
you wouldn't be able to paint that in a green.
No, it'd just go brown. You'd have a clear brown. That would not look good.
So
the poopity corn.
Poopity corn.
So that's what they're talking about when they're talking about the psycho frame.
Yeah, I get it now.
Basically, what is a special effect in the anime?
But the main reason I got this guy, I mean, Fox, you know this. Somebody called me a noob, so I had to buy it.
You're a noob. Okay, I'll just get the most complicated perfect grade there is. Your response was, I'm not a noob, I'm an idiot. It's a whole different thing. Look. There's the proof.
Now, someone made me buy a master grade with lots of parts.
It doesn't have lots of parts. Get a perfect grade.
Nope.
Have you done a perfect grade, Will?
I've got one. I've got the strike, but I haven't done it yet.
I had a strike.
I was thinking about that just yesterday. I was like, fuck, I got to get that bastard out and have a look at it.
I don't know what it is about the strike, but it's just my favourite suit.
I love the strike as well.
I sold
safely tucked away in the box of sorting.
Drop, cry. I sold my Strike Rouge to Tony, and sometimes I go, I should have kept it, and then I think, nah, because I just.
This is the only perfect grade I've done. This is the second one, or this was the first one. I've done a second one.
What was the other one? The RX 78
Nope, that is the custom wing.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I'll go get that one. That one's. I'll be right back.
That's a big ass.
It's the one with the pre-shading, Fox.
Very nice. You need to get that built, dude, just so it can sit on your shelf and be awesome and make all your other models look terrible.
Yeah, but I get really bored of chipping.
Use a sponge. I've got to the point now where I'm so lazy that I'll just sponge chip from now on because it's a lot easier.
I did the legs and the shield and the waist, and then it was like, more chipping. Well, I started on the arms, but...
I mean, I do have to admit that the downside to Gunpla is that you have to paint them all unassembled, really, to get the best results, and it does leave you longing for a model kit where you can just build it and then paint it.
I don't know, because I used to do vehicles and shit, and I don't want to go back to having to do that. I like doing the even the Star Wars Bandai, like, you know, the fact that it all just press fits together is like, yeah.
Oh, I like that, but it's like you get like a tank or something, or like my little Warhammer kits. You can build most of it and paint it without worrying about, is this going to chip and will this part still move? And it does become a headache. It does become a headache sometimes.
The movement is movement. And most of my aircraft I paint unassembled, except for when I go to camouflage and stuff like that. But
yeah, I
don't need to worry about movement. It's just
that's what I mean. Like, you know, doing like normal washes, you've got to take into account they can get quite thick and stodgy. And if you've got a moving part, they can gunk up and then it pulls it all off. And then it looks like shit. Adam's trying to show off his Wing Gundam there.
I'll click on Adam. It's a better.
The only thing I don't like about this is the way those wings are attached. It makes them back heavy real bad. So he wants to. Yeah,
that's most Gunpla, dude.
Yeah.
Back heavy is a phrase a Gunpla builder should know all too well.
I have that on the Freedom Gundam as well.
Yep.
If I put the wings on, it just tips over backwards.
That's what the
Yeah,
action
if you
base
want
is
them
for.
standing, you got to have them like leaning forward to be able to stand up on their own feet. Otherwise, you have to have them on the stand, or they're going to arse over. Anything with wings on is just going to arse over. So
But the wing
even
doesn't-
the strike. So even with the strike, the ale pack, whatever on his back, he fucking arses over.
Yeah. Well, at least the Strike Rouge comes with a display base. The wing doesn't come with the base, does it, Adam?
So what? No.
No. So that kit with all those wings, they don't give you display base. That's kind of taking the piss.
But what I love is with like the perfect grades, that range of motion that they have.
It's mesmerizing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's even better when you get like the leg moves and the armor splits apart. I love that, like on the Strike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, on my Master Grade RX-78, I can watch that all day.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a Master Grade.
You just sit there going whoop, 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 all day, don't you?
And like the foot.
Ballerina style.
No. But like you could get a display case or something and definitely have armor pieces falling off.
Yeah. Welcome to Gunpla. I mean, the thing is with that, you'd have to drill holes and actually mount it onto your own custom base, wouldn't you? Because there is no. I can't believe they didn't ever release a base for it,
No.
or do it with a base. But that was one of the early ones, so
No.
that was still the early days of perfect grades.
Yeah, I think this was this before your Zaku or after?
The RX-78-2 was first, then the Zaku, then another
Zaku,
Zaku,
yeah.
then Char Zaku, and then I think it was the Wing after the Zakus, and then was the Strike and another Strike, and the Strike Rouge, and then was like 300 different versions of the
Freedom
Unicorn.
Strike.
Oh no, there was the RX, the other RX is the other one. RX-78-3.
Freedom Strike.
Oh yeah, Strike Freedom. Yeah, I've never touched in that one. I get
Oh,
bored.
fuck on that one.
Yeah, it's like
Also, the hands. I love those.
Oh yeah,
Those fingers.
fully posable hands. They all works of art. Bandai knows their shit.
Yeah.
It's amazing now.
Sorry,
You
you said you didn't want to talk about Gundams, but
no, it's fine. I mean, it's amazing how they started off doing those hands for perfect grades, but by now we're getting them in master grades because they've just evolved that technology.
Even in the real grade hands are pretty good.
Yeah, they're getting quite. But that's what the perfect grades were. They were like test beds for some of the more complex things. So you started seeing stuff migrating down.
So are we out of here, Fox? Are you done? Or?
Yeah,
I
should
hate to
we?
say that.
Yeah,
should
I'm
we
gonna
wrap
get
it
some
up?
sleep. It's 1:30.
Yes. Well, in that case, if you want to lock it to me, I'll do the wrap up.
Yes, I will lock it to you. Not you, where it says you, but Model Making Guru. There you go.
Look at you. Are we there? Are we there?
Yeah.
Right, well, that's going to do us for tonight. It's not been probably the best podcast night. We were all really tired, and we've not had much to talk about because we didn't plan it. We didn't do any questions, so apologies, but it's all good fun. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being patrons. Obviously, like I said at the start, this is the Patreon exclusive After Hours, so thank you so much for supporting me and what I do, my nonsense. We recently passed the $600 a month mark. I can't thank you enough. If you're not already a member of the Boom Hut, do go and join the Boom Hut. I'll put the address down here. It's facebook.com/groups/model boom hut. It's free to join. There's a billion people in there who are all awesome and all fellow idiots. We're all idiots in there. It's all just silly playtime. And do join the egg competition. It's not finished. Doesn't finish until the end of June. I think 1st of July is the close date. Have I got that right? I think I have. So you've got a month and a half still to do your egg kit. The rules are pinned at the top of the page, at the Boom Hut page. So go along and join. But it just remains for me to thank all my guests this evening. Tedward, who is, I was about to say no longer with us, but that sounds really dark if I say that. If you can take the camera off me, TK, and I'll go around and do the. Oh, lovely. So just thanks for me to say remain. Oh, man, it's half midnight. I need to sleep. Dude, seriously, I've got Tony's disease. Remains for me to thank. Let's start with TK because I can see him on my screen. TK, thank you so much for this evening.
Yeah, thank you too. It was
Thank
really
you to the
fun
Red
being here.
Have gone to bed. The light's gone off.
Yeah, they've been asleep for an hour and a half already. So
Is it night?
2 hours.
Is it sleepy time in Shrimpland?
Yeah, they go to bed at about 11. So
yeah. Apart from this big thing right next to the tank that's got all the millions of LEDs in it, blind them.
yeah, there's all the lights, so they're probably
they're going, fucking turn it off! I'm trying to sleep. Jesus.
Go away, dude.
I don't know if you put the speakers on either side of the tank, man. And thank you very much to Adam from Enigma Model, sorry, TK from TK's Models on the YouTubes, because he hasn't got his banner up. It's broken. He broke the entire internet.
Yeah.
Adam from Enigma Model Making, again, thank you for joining us, dude.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm much appreciated. Thank you for showing off your big things.
I like showing off my big things.
And I've still not got used to you with the Ivy League hairstyle. It's just, I'm still not quite.
With the hairstyle and without facial hair, yeah.
Yeah, you've gone on respectable. I've not got used to that yet. I suppose one of us has to be respectable. So Ted's retired, so he can't really be professionally respectable. So
I'm trying.
You try, you do. And of course, Will, who, bless him, is probably still half asleep. But thank you so much for joining us for a bit, getting out of your pits and joining us, Will. Much appreciated.
Thank you all. Sorry for being late.
That's all right. Just so you're not worried, we didn't sit here for 2.5 hours waiting for you. We recorded the first half. But yeah, thanks for coming in though. We did send you the message, but we guessed you were probably snoozing and still asleep.
Yeah, I see the alarm, but sleep right through it. So
yeah, and I still, every time we talk, I can't stop looking at that enormous pile of shame behind you.
What are you talking about?
The big shelves full of on the other side.
Sorry? On the other side? No, that's my spray booth.
Okay, I must be imagining it.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, obviously. Well, anyway, that's going to. So thank you to all of you for coming along. Thank you to everybody who's watching. We will come back, guaranteed. Hopefully, we'll come back. We said we do the second Saturday every month, so that'll be the second Saturday in June. I don't even know what month it is. God, working from home sucks sometimes. I don't even know what day it is. Hopefully, the second Saturday in June will be a normal, open to everybody podcast. But in the meantime, if we can get any in, if we can get all of us locked together, we'll do some more as we go along and alternate normal and Patreon and normal and Patreon. But for sure, we'll try and do the second Saturday of next month. But until then, go do something cool. Go make something cool. Thank you for support. I love you all dearly. And take care of yourselves. Adios, amoebas. I hate doing this pose. It's really uncomfortable.